Fluorescent lights can explode due to a variety of factors, such as electrical faults, manufacturing defects, or excessive heat. Exploding fluorescent lights can cause injuries, such as cuts and burns, and can also start fires. It is important to take precautions to prevent fluorescent lights from exploding, such as having them inspected and maintained regularly and replacing them when they reach the end of their lifespan. Let's delve into the potential causes behind fluorescent light explosions. Firstly, electrical faults can contribute significantly to this issue. A surge in voltage, a short circuit within the ballast, or improper wiring can all lead to overheating and subsequent explosion of the fluorescent tube. The ballast, being a critical component that regulates the current flowing through the lamp, is particularly vulnerable. If the ballast malfunctions, it can deliver excessive voltage to the tube, causing it to overheat and rupture. Secondly, manufacturing defects can also play a role. Imperfections in the glass envelope of the tube, inconsistencies in the phosphor coating, or flaws in the internal wiring can all weaken the structure of the lamp, making it more susceptible to explosion. Although manufacturers implement quality control measures, occasional defective lamps can still make their way into the market. Thirdly, excessive heat can also trigger explosions. Fluorescent lights generate heat during operation, and if this heat is not dissipated effectively, it can build up within the tube, increasing the internal pressure. This is particularly a concern in enclosed fixtures or environments with poor ventilation. The accumulated heat can weaken the glass and lead to a catastrophic failure. Moving on to the potential safety concerns associated with exploding fluorescent lights, the primary risk is physical injury. The shattered glass fragments can cause cuts and lacerations, while the hot components of the lamp can inflict burns. In severe cases, flying debris can even cause eye injuries. Furthermore, exploding fluorescent lights can also pose a fire hazard. The hot components and shattered glass can ignite nearby flammable materials such as paper, curtains, or insulation. This is especially a concern in environments where flammable materials are present. It's also crucial to consider the potential for electrical shock. If the explosion occurs while the lamp is energized, exposed wiring can create a shock hazard. Anyone in the vicinity of the exploding lamp is at risk of receiving an electrical shock. Now let's discuss the preventive measures that can be taken to minimize the risk of fluorescent light explosions. The first and most important step is regular inspection and maintenance. This includes visually inspecting the lamps for any signs of damage, such as cracks, discoloration, or flickering. It also involves checking the ballasts for any signs of overheating or malfunction, such as buzzing or humming noises. Any damaged or malfunctioning component should be replaced immediately. Secondly, it is essential to replace fluorescent lights when they reach the end of their lifespan. Over time, the components of the lamp degrade, increasing the risk of failure. The lifespan of a fluorescent lamp typically ranges from 10,000 to 20,000 hours, depending on the type of lamp and the operating conditions. It is recommended to replace lamps proactively rather than waiting for them to fail. Thirdly, proper installation is crucial. Ensure that fluorescent lights are installed according to the manufacturer's instructions and local electrical codes. This includes using the correct voltage and wattage, ensuring proper wiring connections, and providing adequate ventilation. Improper installation can lead to overheating and premature failure of the lamps. Fourthly, consider using shatter-resistant lamps. These lamps are designed to contain the glass fragments in the event of an explosion, reducing the risk of injury. Shatter-resistant lamps are particularly recommended for use in areas where there is a high risk of injury, such as schools, hospitals, and food processing plants. Fifthly, use surge protectors to protect fluorescent lights from voltage surges. Voltage surges can damage the ballast and other components of the lamp, increasing the risk of explosion. Surge protectors can help to absorb these surges, protecting the lamps from damage. Sixthly, ensure adequate ventilation. As mentioned earlier, excessive heat can contribute to fluorescent light explosions. Providing adequate ventilation can help to dissipate the heat generated by the lamps, reducing the risk of overheating. This can be achieved by installing ventilation fans or ensuring that the fixtures are not enclosed. Seventhly, be cautious when handling fluorescent lamps. Fluorescent lamps contain mercury, which is a toxic substance. If a lamp breaks, avoid touching the broken glass and clean up the spill carefully. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper disposal of broken lamps. Eighthly, consider upgrading to LED lighting. LED lights are a more energy efficient and durable alternative to fluorescent lights. They do not contain mercury and are less likely to explode. While the initial cost of LED lighting may be higher, the long-term benefits outweigh the costs. To summarize, exploding fluorescent lights pose a risk of injury, fire, and electrical shock. By understanding the causes of these explosions and taking preventive measures, you can significantly reduce the risk. Remember to inspect and maintain lamps regularly, replace them when they reach the end of their lifespan, ensure proper installation, use shatter-resistant lamps, protect against voltage surges, provide adequate ventilation, handle lamps with caution, and consider upgrading to LED lighting. Understanding the ballast and its role is also key. The ballast in a fluorescent lighting system is a crucial component responsible for regulating the current and voltage supplied to the fluorescent lamp. It acts as a current limiter, preventing the lamp from drawing excessive current, which would quickly destroy it. There are two main types of ballast, magnetic and electronic. Magnetic ballasts, also known as electromagnetic ballasts, are the older technology and rely on a transformer and inductor to regulate the current. They are generally less expensive than electronic ballasts but are also less energy efficient and can produce a noticeable hum or flicker. Electronic ballasts, on the other hand, use electronic circuitry to regulate the current and voltage. They are more energy efficient, produce less heat, and operate more quietly than magnetic ballasts. They also offer features such as instant start and dimming capabilities. A malfunctioning ballast can be a significant contributor to fluorescent light explosions. If the ballast fails to regulate the current properly, it can send excessive voltage to the lamp, causing it to overheat and potentially explode. Signs of a failing ballast include flickering lights, buzzing or humming noises, and a burning smell. If you notice any of these signs, it is important to replace the ballast immediately. When replacing a ballast, it is crucial to select the correct type and rating for the fluorescent lamp being used. Using an incompatible ballast can damage the lamp or the ballast itself and create a fire hazard. It is also essential to follow proper wiring procedures when installing a new ballast. Incorrect wiring can lead to short circuits and other electrical problems. In addition to the ballast, the starter is another component that can contribute to fluorescent light explosions. The starter is a small switch that helps to initiate the arc inside the fluorescent lamp. It is typically found in older fluorescent lighting systems that use magnetic ballasts. A malfunctioning starter can cause the lamp to flicker or fail to start altogether. In some cases, it can also overheat and cause the lamp to explode. Starters are relatively inexpensive and easy to replace. If you suspect that the starter is causing problems with your fluorescent lights, it is a good idea to replace it. Proper disposal of fluorescent lamps is also essential due to the presence of mercury. Mercury is a toxic heavy metal that can pose a health risk if released into the environment. Fluorescent lamps contain a small amount of mercury, so it is important to dispose of them properly to prevent mercury contamination. Many jurisdictions have regulations regarding the disposal of fluorescent lamps. Check with your local waste management agency for information on how to dispose of fluorescent lamps in your area. Some retailers and recycling centers also offer lamp recycling programs. These programs collect used fluorescent lamps and recycle them to recover the mercury and other materials. Always handle fluorescent lamps with care to avoid breakage. If a lamp breaks, avoid touching the broken glass and clean up the spill carefully. Use a vacuum cleaner or a damp cloth to collect the mercury. Dispose of the broken glass and mercury-containing materials according to local regulations. Considering alternatives to fluorescent lighting such as LED lighting has benefits. LED lighting has become increasingly popular as an alternative to fluorescent lighting. LED lights offer several advantages over fluorescent lights, including higher energy efficiency, longer lifespan, and lower maintenance costs. LED lights also do not contain mercury, making them a more environmentally friendly option. While the initial cost of LED lighting may be higher than fluorescent lighting, the long-term savings in energy and maintenance costs can more than offset the initial investment. LED lights are available in a wide variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, making them suitable for a wide range of applications. They can be used to replace fluorescent lamps in existing fixtures or installed in new fixtures. In conclusion, understanding the potential causes of fluorescent light explosions, such as electrical faults, manufacturing defects, and excessive heat, is crucial for ensuring safety. Taking preventive measures, such as regular inspection and maintenance, proper installation, and the use of shatter-resistant lamps, can significantly reduce the risk of explosions. Furthermore, being aware of the role of the ballast and starter in fluorescent lighting systems and properly disposing of fluorescent lamps are essential for maintaining a safe and environmentally responsible lighting environment. Considering alternatives such as LED lighting can offer even greater benefits in terms of energy efficiency, lifespan, and environmental impact. By staying informed and taking appropriate precautions, you can minimize the risks associated with fluorescent lighting and create a safer and more sustainable lighting environment. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. They can properly diagnose and repair any electrical problems and ensure that your lighting systems are safe and up to code. They can also advise you on the best lighting options for your specific needs and budget. Regular maintenance, including cleaning the fixtures, is also important. Dust and debris can accumulate on fluorescent light fixtures, reducing their efficiency and potentially causing overheating. Cleaning the fixtures regularly can help to prevent these problems and extend the lifespan of the lamps. Use a soft cloth or vacuum cleaner to remove dust and debris from the fixtures. Be sure to turn off the power to the fixture before cleaning it. Also, be sure to ground your electrical system properly. Grounding provides a path for electricity to flow safely to the ground in the event of a fault. This can help to prevent electrical shocks and fires. Make sure that your electrical system is properly grounded according to local electrical codes. If you are unsure about the grounding of your electrical system, consult with a qualified electrician. Furthermore, avoid overloading circuits. Overloading a circuit can cause the wires to overheat and potentially start a fire. Make sure that you are not plugging too many appliances or devices into a single circuit. If you are unsure about the capacity of a circuit, consult with a qualified electrician. And also, be aware of the signs of electrical problems. If you notice any of the following signs, it is important to investigate the problem and take corrective action immediately. Flickering lights, frequently tripping circuit breakers, outlets that are warm to the touch, burning smells, or sparks. Ignoring these signs can lead to more serious electrical problems, including fires. In addition to the technical aspects of fluorescent lighting safety, it is also important to consider the human factor. Make sure that anyone who works with fluorescent lights is properly trained and aware of the potential hazards. This includes employees, contractors, and even family members. Provide them with the necessary safety equipment, such as gloves and eye protection, and encourage them to report any potential problems or hazards immediately. Furthermore, implement a regular safety program for your lighting systems. This program should include regular inspections, maintenance, and training. It should also include procedures for responding to emergencies such as fires or electrical shocks. By implementing a comprehensive safety program, you can create a safer working environment for everyone. In conclusion, fluorescent lighting can be a safe and efficient way to illuminate your home or business. However, it is important to be aware of the potential hazards and take the necessary precautions. By following the tips and recommendations outlined in this video, you can significantly reduce the risk of fluorescent light explosions and other electrical problems. Remember to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about your lighting systems. They can provide you with expert advice and ensure that your systems are safe and up to code. Also, stay up to date on the latest safety standards and regulations. Electrical codes and standards are constantly evolving. It is important to stay informed about the latest changes to ensure that your lighting systems are compliant. You can find information on the latest codes and standards from your local electrical inspection department or from professional organizations such as the National Electrical Code. Remember that safety is everyone's responsibility. By working together, we can create a safer environment for ourselves and for others. So please take the time to learn about fluorescent lighting safety and to implement the necessary precautions. It could save your life. Finally, consider the environmental impact of your lighting choices. As mentioned earlier, fluorescent lamps contain mercury, which is a toxic substance. When you dispose of fluorescent lamps improperly, the mercury can leach into the environment and contaminate soil and water. This can pose a serious health risk to humans and animals. So, it is important to recycle fluorescent lamps properly. Many communities offer recycling programs for fluorescent lamps. You can also find lamp recycling services online. By recycling fluorescent lamps, you can help to protect the environment and conserve resources. In addition to recycling, you can also reduce your environmental impact by choosing energy-efficient lighting options. LED lights are a more energy-efficient alternative to fluorescent lights. They use less energy to produce the same amount of light, which can save you money on your electricity bill. LED lights also last longer than fluorescent lights, which reduces the need for replacements. By choosing energy-efficient lighting options, you can reduce your carbon footprint and help to protect the environment. In conclusion, fluorescent lighting safety is a complex issue that requires a multifaceted approach. It is important to consider the technical aspects, the human factor, and the environmental impact of your lighting choices. By taking the necessary precautions and staying informed, you can create a safer and more sustainable lighting environment for everyone. And remember, when in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide you with expert advice and ensure that your lighting systems are safe and up to code. Also, take the time to research different lighting options and to choose the ones that are best suited for your needs and budget. There are many different types of lighting available, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. By doing your research, you can make informed decisions and choose the lighting that is right for you. And finally, be a responsible citizen and do your part to protect the environment. Recycle fluorescent lamps properly, choose energy-efficient lighting options, and conserve energy whenever possible. Together, we can create a brighter and more sustainable future.